glow-in-the-dark water sword.
Mix up a batch of odor-eating foot powder. Pew!
Play a spooky tune on a screaming balloon.
And do the static electric boogaloo.
But first, it's time to wax up your surfboard.
Because Kimberly and Jordan are about to teach us the secret of surfing. Far out!
Jordan's been dying to learn how to surf, and today's the day I'm going to teach him how. The waves look perfect for a beginner, so let's hit the water. Hey, let's paddle out. I'll start by showing him how I stand up. It's all in the art of balancing. Your turn, Jordan. Oops, he's over. Try again. Oh dear. Again? Oh boy. I can see this is going to be more difficult than I thought. After lunch, I'll show Jordan how to stay upright when the waves just want to tip you over. Look what Ashley and I found in the attic. Mum says they're called records. You know, like old-fashioned CDs. Look how big they are. We thought of a new use for these funny old things. We'll need a sharp pencil, Mum's cake decorating balls, and this woolen scarf. First I rubbed the record like crazy with the scarf. Lots of rubbing. Still rubbing. Don't nod off, Ashley. Get ready with those icing balls. Okay, pour a few onto the record. Look, they're dancing. It must be a rock and roll record. Let's dance. Oh, they've stopped. Don't worry. Watch this. They're dancing away from the pencil. It's the crazy icing ball boogie.
Rubbing the woolen scarf on the record charged it up with static electricity. The positively charged icing balls are attracted to the negatively charged record. Because the charge is uneven across the surface of the record, the balls keep moving to where the charge is strongest. The static charge becomes weaker when the pencil is brought near because it partially earths that part of the record, taking away its negative charge.
Now Ashley and I can't stop dancing. That static electricity has moved into us.
Those girls have got some nice dance moves. I wonder if Kimberly could dance on a surfboard.
I reckon she probably could. Let's head back to the beach and see what she's got planned for Jordan.
After this morning's wipeouts, Jordan's a bit nervous about hitting the waves again. So surf school is in. First, we're going to make a mini surfboard out of this foam. Cool! I should be a surfboard designer. Lesson 1 for shaky surfers. A surfboard never sinks. And because it's flat, it doesn't tip over. Unless you help it. Even when surfer Cheryl climbs on board, it stays upright. If she stays in the middle of the board.
Kimberly's right. The surfboard floats because the force of buoyancy holds it up. Another force, the force of gravity, pulls down on the board. But when a surfer stands on the board, the centre of gravity shifts upward. And the further the centres of buoyancy and gravity are away from each other, the more likely the board is to tip over.
Okay, that's enough surf school. Time to hit the waves. It's a hot afternoon and the boys have been playing soccer for hours. Their sweaty feet are going to really stink up the house when they come home. Stinky boy feet. Yuck. Unless I can do something about it. Better get working on my solution before they finish playing. I'm going to make a special odor-eating powder to sweeten their feet. I'll
I'll start with a big scoop of corn flour. That's the secret to stopping odours. Now I'll add some of this luster powder. It will give my mixture a nice shiny texture. Stir that in. Next, to really bring up the boy's feminine side, I'll add some pretty purple eyeshadow. And now my favourite, rose fragrance. A good mix, and then into this container. Those boys are going to smell beautiful. Oh, no you don't. Stop right there, you stinky soccer boys. Take off your shoes and socks, please. We got new rules about going to the house today. Phew! Those feet really pull. You each get a good sprinkling of my new odor-eating foot powder. There. Okay, in you go. You can walk, you know.
Now that's a clever concoction. It works because the corn flour absorbs the moisture from the boy's sweaty feet. By ridding the skin of moisture, bacteria can't breed, and bacteria are what makes sweaty feet so smelly.
Thank goodness for my magic foot powder. It's kept you two boys smelling as sweet as a bunch of roses.
Ah, it's nice to know boys can smell sweet. Not Fraser though. He's too busy trying to freak people out.
Time to give my ghost costume a workout. Goody Two-Shoes Jade is in for the shock of her life. Woo! Oh, she thinks I'm a loser. Maybe my ghost outfit needs a little work. Aha! Creaky door, eh? That gives me an idea. Let's see. A balloon and a hexagonal-shaped nut. Into the neck of the balloon it goes. Now I'll blow it up. Yep, the nut fell through as soon as the neck got wider. Tie it up. Okay, if I hold the balloon like this and swirl it around... Cool! It makes a really creepy sound. It's the perfect accessory for a ghostly visit.
As the nut hits the elastic walls of Fraser's balloon, they begin to vibrate. And because the inside of the balloon is a continuous surface, the vibrations interact with each other. This interaction is called resonance and creates the eerie noise of the nut in the balloon.
Now to give Jade a real ghostly experience. Lights out and... Ah! Ha! Gotcha! Oops! Time for this ghostly apparition to disappear.
These two sworn enemies from the evil galaxy called Blarg had decided to put an end to years of fighting. With a water fight. But not just any old water fight. No, a glow-in-the-dark water fight. First, the weapons. 2 intergalactic water canisters with holes in their lids. Take yours, Voltar. Now poke a length of space hose through like this. Push about 10 centimeters through. Then fix it in place with some Pluto plasticine. This'll stop the water spilling out through the hole. Next, attach a handheld laser to the bottom of the intergalactic water canister. Thanks, Voltar. You may be evil, but you sure are handy with the space tape. Good. Now you're one. Time to fill them with that weird clear liquid from Earth, water. Fill them right up, then screw the lid on. That's a fully loaded glow-in-the-dark water weapon. I'll just finish mine. There. Now, evil Voltar, are you ready to fight for the universe? Switch on your laser. Prepare for battle. And remember, there can be only one winner.
travel in a dead straight line. When the taunt beam hits the wall of the tube, it bounces off and continues down the hose in a zigzag pattern. This is known as constant internal refraction. Because of the special light refracting properties of water, the bouncing is much greater when the hose is full of water. Each time the light rays hit the inside of the tube, a small amount is not refracted. It passes out through the walls of the hose, creating this spectacular glowing effect.
Okay, Volta. I'm going to send you around the world at the speed of light. Oh!
It's just not a proper water fight till someone gets soaked.
Speaking of getting soaked, Kimberly and Jordan are about to hit the surf again.
Jordan's ready to become a surfboard. But first, quick revision. The 2 B's of board riding. Buoyancy will keep you afloat. And when you stand up to catch a wave, all you have to do is balance. Keep your centre of gravity balanced in the middle of the board. Don't worry, Jordan, I'll look after you. Now for the moment of truth. Go, Jordan! Keep your board as flat as possible. Now try to stand up. Keep your body in the middle of the board. Oh dear. Wipe out.
Surfers avoid the dreaded wipeout by adjusting the position of their centres of gravity as those big waves jerk their boards around under them. If the board moves to the right, surfers lean that way to balance their weight over the centre line of the board. If the board suddenly lurches to the left, they quickly shift their weight the other way. That way, the centre of gravity stays directly above the centre of buoyancy.
Oh dear. I should have told Jordan there were really 3 B's to board riding. Buoyancy, balance, and plain bad luck.
Plenty of room for improvement there. But well done, Jordan, for having a go anyway.
Well, we have to go now too. See you next time. Build a bird feeder for your fine feathered friends.
Why water seems warmer once you're used to it.
Follow your nose for a taste sensation.
And keeping cool using the power of evaporation.
But first, Giovanni and Michael have found a new use for this stuff.
Those two are a great team, a bit like Velcro.
Giovanni and I want to go at Dad's dartboard, but we're not allowed to play unless he's watching. He says pointy darts are too dangerous. But here's an idea. What about using Velcro to make a sticky target? We can't hurt anyone with a fuzzy dart. Let's get to work. Okay, we have a disc of cardboard and lots of this cool Velcro tape. Each half has an adhesive backing. We also need a ruler, scissors, a roll of string, and a ping pong ball. Let's get building.
Phew! It's hot sitting here in the sun. It's time for a swim. Oh, it's absolutely freezing. Well, there's only one way to get into a cold pool. Quickly. Feels much better now. But why? I'm gonna find out how my body adjusts to warm and cold. I have 3 bowls of water with 3 different temperatures. This one is very cold. The middle one is room temperature. And the far one is very warm. I'll get Patrick to put his hand in this bowl of icy water. And keep it there for 1 minute. Now with his eyes closed, I'll take his hand and put pop it into the middle bowl. I bet that water feels warmer. Now I'll take his other hand and put it into my very warm water. Pretty warm, hey? I'll leave my brave volunteer for 1 minute. Now close your eyes and I'll put his hand into the middle bowl again. Does that feel cold? It feels cold after the warm water, but it felt warm after the cold water.
That's right, Kerry Ann. When you plunge a hand into cold water, tiny nerve receptors in the skin send lots of signals to the brain, telling it about the change in temperature. But after a short while, the nerve receptors accept the new temperature as normal and send fewer signals to the brain. That's how your body adjusts to warm and cold, whether your hand's in a bowl or your body's in a freezing cold pool.
Let's see. One hand in the warm water. Hey! Now my poor hand really doesn't know if it's warm or cold.
The brain must be pretty clever to understand all those speedy signals. Michael's brain sure is. Look what it's invented.
Giovanni and I are building our own Velcro dartboard. Okay, first I'll divide the cardboard into 8 equal-sized segments. Like 8 pieces of pie. Now, using the harder, spiky side of Velcro tape, I mark the shape of the pieces I need to cut to make 4 rows of Velcro in each slice of pie. Now cut them to size, peel off the backing tape, and stick them into place. This is how it should look. Okay, we have 2 colours of Velcro, so let's do half the pie slices white and half black. There, very professional. Let's put a dot in the middle. Now colour it in. That's the bullseye. It'll see plenty of action with me playing. Now we just need to make a special Velcro missile.
I love bird watching, but my back gets sore watching them from down here. I'll have to coax my birdie friends down to ground level. And this crust of bread should do the trick. Come on, birds. Oh dear. The birds will never come down with these guys pinching their food. I think I need to get my food above ground level. Thought so. I know. I'll make a bird feeder. Here's all the stuff I'll need. First I'll mark holes here for the perch and about 4 small slits in the side. And I'll need 2 holes at the top. Now I'll get Mum to do the dangerous scissor work. Hurry up, I've got Mouse to feed. Thank you. Now the perch goes in through these holes. The string goes through here. And it's even up so I can loop it. I'll fill the bottle up with gourmet birdseed. On goes the lid. And now it's time for a quick test. Yes, the seed pops out. Now I'll tie it up to this post. Great! Cafe de Wings is open for business.
Clever idea, Lara. The seeds are rough enough so that friction between them stops them spilling out of the holes. But when a bird sits on the perch and removes a few seeds, gravity forces seeds higher in the bottle down to take their place. Letting gravity do the work is called gravity feed. Or in this case, a bird feed.
Now to wait for a feathered feeding frenzy. Uh-oh, not you guys again. Somehow I think my bird feeder's gonna stay unused while you guys are here.
What a great idea! It looks like everyone has food on the brain.
Yep, Zach's caught a whiff of something tasty too.
Olivia and I are getting in some last-minute soccer practice before tomorrow's big game. I recognise that smell. Definitely the fine flavour of barbecue, and it's coming from next door. Thought so. You don't even have to taste a barbecue to know exactly what sort of flavours you're going to get. Olivia doesn't seem to think so, though. I think it's time she found out that you can pick flavours without tasting them. I'll begin by putting on a blindfold. I'll just go and get all the stuff I need. Now, for this little taste test, I have 4 glasses, a lemon, a jug of water, some milk, and orange-flavoured soda. I'll fill the first glass with water, the second with milk, the third glass with the orange soda, and the last one, a little squeeze of lemon juice. Now, will Olivia pick the flavours just from smell? Water first. Any flavour? No? Good, because it doesn't have any. Okay, let's try the milk. She seems to be able to taste it a little bit when she smells it. Now for the orange soda. Yep, she definitely can taste that. Now for the lemon. Yep, no mistaking that one.
The senses of smell and taste are very closely linked. In fact, passages deep inside your nose are interconnected with the back of your mouth. So every time you smell something, tiny airborne molecules reach your tongue and trigger your sense of taste. And every time you eat or drink something, you also trigger your sense of smell.
Wow! If that barbecue tastes as good as it smells, then it's time we paid a neighbourly visit. All we have to do is follow our noses.
It's always very hot where we live. So Mohammed and I are experts at keeping cool. The best way is to go for a swim in your clothes. Then swing like crazy on this undoli while you're still dripping wet. Air moving across your wet clothes really cools you down. I wonder why. Let's find out, Mohammed. Okay, today it's 34 degrees Celsius, 93 Fahrenheit. Inside the bag goes a thermometer. Zip it up. Now I'm going to swing it around like this. Let's see if the air whizzing past cools it down. No, it's still 34 degrees. Okay, time to try a wet thermometer. I've got a jug of water here. Let's check its temperature. Good, it's the same as the air temperature. Now, I'll soak this cotton ball in the water and wrap it around the thermometer. There, still the same temperature. Give it another good swing. This time, the air will be whizzing past the wet cotton. Now let's see what temperature we get. Oh, it's dropped 2 whole degrees. No wonder we're colder with wet shirts.
The temperature dropped because as drier air moved past, water evaporated from the cotton ball. This means the liquid water turned into a gas and floated away with the air. That process takes heat energy away from the thermometer, so the temperature drops.
Hey Mohammed, next experiment, take this. Just trying to keep you cool, buddy.
Isn't it nice to have good friends to look after you like that?
I'd be happy to do the same for you anytime, Dana.
Let's see how good friends Michael and Giovanni are getting on.
Our Velcro dartboard is ready for action. And this ping pong ball will make the perfect missile. All it needs is some fluffy Velcro spots. This is the opposite part of the Velcro to the target. 6 dots should do it. Now let's give it a try. Yay! Bullseye first time! What a legend!
Velcro is made up of hooks and loops. When the 2 sides are pressed together, the hooks catch the loops and form a bond. It works just as the hooks of a burr attach to the fur of an animal. The burr is actually a seed pod, and by hooking on, it hitches a ride so it can scatter its seeds. Velcro was actually invented by a man tired of pulling burrs out of his dog's fur. Yep, inspiration can come from some unlikely places.
Not bad. This is for the game. Yay! I win! Our Velcro dartboard is even better than the original.
Oh, this is one seriously sticky target.
But we can't stick around any longer. We've reached the end of the show. See you next time.